Hello everybody, it's Matt Rizak here from leatherpunk.com. Now I get asked all the time, which types of studs are better, the brass or steel? And one thing I'll remind you, this is a magnet. Brass does not attract a magnet, steel does. So that's one way you can tell what type of base metal you have. But which is better? From your perspective as a consumer, I don't think you're going to notice any major difference. Yes, brass is softer than steel. Steel is harder. But from a consumer standpoint, I don't think that matters. I notice a difference when I'm setting them into the leather. I have to use a little bit more energy on the steel, and the steel does wear out my tools faster than brass. So from that perspective, I think they are harder. But brass is a non-corrosive metal. Brass is the preferred material that you would use on something that you're wearing. So a wristband or a belt, a brass is going to really be your best option if you have a choice. Now, if you think that because the steel is harder, that it is better and it weighs more, you might be surprised when we weigh these out on a digital scale. Now, there are exactly 100 pyramids in each bag. When we put the brass on here, we get 60.98 grams. Okay, so that's the brass, almost 61 grams. And look at that, 58.56. So the steel actually weighs less than the brass. Now let's put both to the test right now. Okay, so I have 3 belts here. Now this here is a bare brass, so there's no plating of any kind. Here's our magnet, falls right off, and here's our plated brass, and then here's our steel. Okay, so I'm going to jump into the Dodge Dakota right here, and we're going to drive over these and then drive back again. Okay, and all 3 of them are completely undamaged. They're not crushed, they're not dented in, and as a reminder, this is much more stress and force and pressure that would be applied to the belt than when you're normally wearing it. You aren't going to experience anything that's bone crushing like this. So in terms of which stud is better, both are going to be equally strong, at least with the test that we did today. So I hope that helps answers any questions and puts to rest which is better. Now, in my opinion, I think brass. I think the plated brass is going to be the best material because brass does not rust. Steel is susceptible to rust. So that's my take on it. All right, thanks for watching. I'm Matt Rizak from leatherpunk.com.